You don't want people confused about household medicines that they might take for something as simple as a fever. And I completely identify with your desire for curiosity. We have got to figure out what is going on with autism, and we have to push back against the desire to just dismiss anything that comes out of this administration. However, I am very skeptical of any research that RFK and his team produced that leans on the word associated with, linked, potentially hazardous, could. All of their language around this still suggests they're looking at correlation, not causation, and they have a suspect.
But that's okay.
Well, it's not okay. This is actually what they did to run this big campaign against aspartame artificial sweeteners and red food dyes in this country, because they are associated with cancer caused in rats and not human beings. And so your headline of the study says this chemical aspartame is associated with cancer in mice, but they can't actually show anything that it does to humans. And this same kind of thinking and language is being applied in this autism study. I'm skeptical.
Well, Donald Trump was pushed on that, wasn't he? And he said, you know, they said that they want to wait for 3 months before we talk about this. But he said, that's too long. And I agree with him, because if you are a pregnant woman and you are taking paracetamol, and if there is any signal that it might cause fetal abnormalities, your baby might in some way be affected, I want to know and then make my own decision. That's surely all that he was defending by saying there is this link. Unfortunately, the media took it and blew it into something it wasn't.
Well, let me say, I think Stephen and I agree on a lot here, and I hope they don't do anything to my aspartame and my Diet Coke, because I wouldn't be able to function.
Yeah, but at least you know now that it's going to give you cancer, and then you can make a choice.
Anxiety
about cancer.
Allegedly. Yeah, but how else do we do trials if not on animals?
Well,
we have to do them on animals.
Here's the issue I have with RFK Jr.'s approach, because there's some low-hanging fruit on the MAHA agenda that I think we can all get behind.
Which is to make America healthy again.
Make America healthy again, which is exercise and eating healthier. That is low-hanging fruit. And also, I think we all want to find solutions to autism. But here's the thing. Kennedy starts with an answer and tries to find evidence that leads to his preferred answer.
But it was vaccines. His preferred answer was vaccines, and that's why
he moved from it.
That's why
they've not looked into that
but that's why I'm looking at this and going, I mean, maybe there's something here, because we know that RFK wanted this to be childhood vaccines, and then he landed on Tylenol.
Well, the three top CDC officials resigned because Kennedy fired the head of the CDC, which was a political appointee that Trump and RFK Jr. wanted and appointed, and they resigned because she was fired, and she was fired because she told RFK that she wasn't just going to rubber stamp his conclusions.
The CDC, FDA are out of control. I mean, these organizations need to actually be orderly, bring in experts that have a solid track record, and it is being mismanaged. I think we want the CDC and the FDA to work for the American people, but we are now in a position where RFK puts out a report that's saying we need to actually look into this a little bit closer. And we're chugging Tylenol on TikTok to spite the president? That's insane.
He didn't say that Trump...